Have you ever been listening to a song and you thought to yourself, wow, this sounds very similar to another song? And maybe you took it a step further and thought, maybe they stole this song from someone else. Well, you wouldn't be the only person, because there are a lot of songs that sound like other songs. It's bound to happen when there's hundreds of thousands of songs being put out every single day. So today we're going to be looking at some songs that allegedly copy other songs and seeing if that's actually the case. Real quick, a little rule or stipulation: I'm not including songs that sample or interpolate other songs. I've done a whole video on that recently, so go ahead and watch that if you're curious about that. But instead, I asked you guys, what are some songs that you think sound like or copied other songs? And you gave me a few options, so we're going to go through those today, and let's get into it. California Girls by Katy Perry and TikTok by Kesha. That melody is very similar. I don't know if you guys caught that, but that sounds very similar. Yeah, definitely a very similar melody there, especially in the instrumental, and I think the vocalist kind of followed that. I don't know if that was intentional. These songs were actually both produced by Benny Blanco and Dr. Luke around the same time, so I guess it makes sense that they sound similar, especially since they had the same people working on them. And they both came out in the same year, so it's hard to say anyone really copied anyone. I think they just were, I think Benny Blanco and Dr. Luke were just in the same type of mode when they made both these songs. Also, I'm throwing this in here because I don't know if I'm gonna clickbait or not, but Doechii and Goatye are, like, Doechii just sampled that song, and it was and I don't understand this whole debacle, because Doechii sampled Goatye's song like years ago on SoundCloud and then never got it cleared once she signed and started blowing up, because obviously that's a big sample. You can't just clear that easily. But apparently her fans asked for it a bunch, so she put out the song Anxiety, and it became super controversial, even though it had been recorded years ago. It's not like she was trying to be the best rapper ever with that song. I think it was more of a fun song. Regardless, she definitely didn't steal it. It was a sample. It was cleared. That's why it was released on SoundCloud for years prior, because it couldn't get cleared up until that point. So no, Doechii didn't steal that song. The hate's a little ridiculous. Like, I'm not a big fan of hers, but the Doechii hate's just kind of blown out of proportion in my opinion. The next one you guys suggested was Truth Hurts by Lizzo versus Black Beatles by Ray Shremmerd. All right, so they're saying this flow sounds like the Black Beatles flow. Let's see. That girl is a real crowd, please. Small world, all her friends know. Okay, I think I hear it. Young bull living like an old geezer. Ooh. She might have stole that, actually. That actually is a very similar flow, and that her song came out a year after Ray Shrem, so she might have had some like low-key inspiration going on there. I can definitely see it. Someone here said Apartment by Rosé and Bruno Mars is similar to Shake It Off, so let's see. Apartment, or is it Apata? I don't know. Is it Apartment or is it Apatapata? I don't know how you're supposed to say that, but we'll see if it sounds similar. I'm not really sure if I hear, like, maybe the instrumental sounds similar, but that's pretty much all I'm hearing. The melodies are pretty different. The vocals are pretty different. I don't know. I think this is just a similar instrumental at most. Next up, someone said Cha Cha by Drum and Hotline Bling. Now, if you guys don't know the story behind this one, this is the song that Drake remixed, but then he took remix out of the title and just made it hot. Like, he just basically stole the song. So here's Hotline Bling. This is Cha Cha by Drum. I'm not gonna lie, I always thought this. If Drake never did the thing where he called it a remix and then just remade the song, I don't think anyone would have ever noticed. I get that there's similarities and it's a similar vibe, but Drake really did his... I think Drake did good on Hotline Bling. I don't think he like stole. Obviously he stole enough if he called it a remix and then changed it, but if he just never did the whole remix thing, I think he would have been straight. So, but yeah, I definitely hear some similarities, just not nearly as strong as some people make it out to be. Next up, we got Antisocial by Migos and Mirror by Lil Wayne. This is from the Migos' last project. Let's see if it's any good.
And I was making it work before I had fame. I had to go get it. Life lined up on the mirror, don't blow it.
I don't know who said this, but they're definitely wrong. I mean, at most they have like a melancholic vibe, both of them, but the instrumentals are different, the melodies are different. Yeah, they're just both slow, kind of like rap songs with some singing mixed in for the hook. So yeah, I don't think the Migos copied Lil Wayne here at all. There's a popular K-pop song called Fashion by Cordis. It ripped off a couple of rap songs like Fiend and Praise the Lord. Well, let's look into it. I'm gonna assume you guys know Fiend and Praise the Lord, so I'm not gonna play those, but let's see if this song sounds similar to either of those. Okay, yeah, I definitely see what's going on here. It sounds like it has a similar flow to Praise the Lord for sure, 100%. And then I think the cadence kind of makes it sound like Fiend too, with like the not hyper pop, but like rage type beat in the background. So I definitely see the similarities. A ripoff, I don't know, because it's kind of combining two things into one, but it is definitely very similar. Next up, we got Designer by Lil Pump. Sounds very similar to Beethoven's Symphony No. 5.
I got fast cars, bad bitches, and it's on the clothes.
All right, let's see if it sounds similar. Definitely see the similarities here. I think Beethoven definitely stole that from Lil Pump, and we should probably cancel him. Someone said here, Lovin' On Me by Your Doppelganger and The Motto by Drake. All right, I'm going to let that slide, but we're going to see if Jack Harlow's song Lovin' By Me sounds like The Motto. Really listen to that instrumental.
I'm the fucking man. Y'all don't get it, do you? Type of money, everybody acting like they knew you.
I've always thought that these beats sounded the exact same. And I've always also thought that Jack Harlow is like a white, watered-down Drake, basically. So it makes perfect sense that he did something very similar to Drake, just, 10 years later, and it worked. Yeah, definitely hear the similarities there for sure. This one was interesting. Someone said the beginning riff of Run by Joji versus Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. Joji and Metallica are not two artists you'd think you'd hear in the same sentence, so let's see. All right, so we got that doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's see. See if Metallica stole that from Joji. All right, I see what you're trying to say, but I disagree. I think that's just a guitar playing like higher notes, and it's not the same melody, not even a similar melody, and Joji has that doo-doo-doo-doo-doo that like really separates it, especially. But yeah, not the same song. DaBaby's Best Friend sounds so similar to X's Sad on the chorus. Let's find out.
And you mad, I know, yeah. You mad, I know, yeah.
Okay, this is very clearly like some sort of interpolation, or at the very least like paying homage. X had died by this point, but Sad was wildly popular. There's no way DaBaby could have got away with just straight up stealing this song. X fans probably would have rioted. So I think it's definitely homage. I mean, if you look at all the comments, people are saying things like, yo, DaBaby low-key showing love to Triple X, respect to Baby for respecting it. So yeah, I definitely don't think DaBaby like went out of his way to steal. I think he was just more so like, yeah, I'm borrowing this and everyone's gonna know it anyway. I also was looking up some famous examples, and I saw Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin allegedly copies Taurus by Spirits, or vice versa. I'm not sure, but let's see here. Let's see if it's a copy. No, it's Spirit by Taurus. Yeah, that's pretty much the same melody. Apparently this went to court, and the Supreme Court refused to even hear the case, but wow, that is shockingly similar. So I think there is a good chance that they stole that, or at least were influenced by it. Next up, we have Blurred Lines and Marvin Gaye's Got to Give It Up.
If you can't hear what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so definitely a very similar sounding song here. I don't think Pharrell intended to copy it at all. I think it was just like probably that like subconscious influence thing, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't think Pharrell intended to copy that, but they did get sued by Marvin Gaye's estate and lose, which I think is a little crazy because the melodies aren't the same, the notes aren't the same, but it's similar enough to where they got a copyright infringement lawsuit and lost. So kind of scary that they could get away with that, but I guess that's how it goes. Someone else here said, I constantly get Monster by Skillet and Animal I Have Become mixed up in my head. So let's check it out and see if they're stolen.
So stay away from me. The beast is ugly. I feel the rage.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a ripoff. Especially, it just sounds like a worse, less enthusiastic ripoff. Yeah, it just sounds so similar. I'm surprised there wasn't a lawsuit over that. But let me know in the comments if you guys think I was wrong about any of these takes, or if some things sounded more similar and I'm just too stupid to understand it. Or some other songs that you think ripped off other songs, and we can do a video on that too. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know if you enjoyed the second channel, any video ideas you might have. And with that all being said, I will see you guys later.